As part of the Ghana Tech Lab Entrepreneurial Ecosystem Mapping Program, the team visited our various partner hubs across the regions. A major part of our interactions with them were aimed at identifying and accessing their needs as well as communicating our expectations for the next Base Innovation Program. This was also to create an effective synchronization between all hubs and Ghana Tech Lab. The team mainly had their conversations with the hub managers of respective hubs across the various regions. A lot of positive feedback was drawn. Gabriel Kwashi, the Base team lead, explains further what transpired.
So my name is Gabriel, the Base Innovation Lead at Ghana Tech Lab. So during the ecosystem mapping activities, I joined the team to basically ascertain the capacity of the hubs that we're working with. We've previously engaged these hubs, but we wanted to make sure that in our subsequent engagements, we are able to see where they stand or assess their capacity and see where we can support them so that we can actually ensure that we are able to deliver the quality that we are looking for in the next Base program.
Hi everyone, my name is Maurice, the manager of Kumasi Hive. Welcome to Kumasi Hive, where your dreams becomes a reality. Follow me as I take you through. Kumasi Hive, what we do is that we are into the prototyping of ideas, budding the innovations, supporting entrepreneurs to realize their entrepreneurship dreams, providing trainings in emerging technologies that we call digital skills training, with a focus on women and women empowerment. So I'm going to take you through all our spaces and what we do and how we help people realize their dreams as young people and change their lives from time to time here in Kumasi Hive. So this is our management office where most of the team work from. As you can see, as we're going on, we have people working, we have our administration here, our management and our finance stay using this office to run the space as it were. So this is our management office. Kumasi Hive, we believe in the power of visuals. We believe in the fact that people can learn on their own. So if you look around, you'd find that whatever we teach people, the insights that we receive from other places and how other models work are pasted all over the space, just so that people don't necessarily have to always walk to you to ask you questions as to how to do certain things. The walls in the space can actually teach you what you want to know at some point, and then you can get more insight from the tutors and trainees and the trainers if you want, based on what you see around. This is our training space, and at the training space, this place sits a number of 30 people at a go. In this space, we've trained over thousands of people over the last 5 years. And on this wall, you find our business model, why Kumasi Hive is what it is and what we've been doing over the years. So what we generally do is that we develop curriculums before we do any training. And then we have either CODVET, TVET, or any other government institution validating this program before we train people on that. And then they become our training partners. Because of that, we have the license to be able to teach and train people as much as we want. We train people in digital skills, so web development, AI, blockchain, digital fabrication, you name it. From there, there's something we call the hackathon, right? Which, I mean, in the hub space, we all know what hackathons are, where people come to pitch their ideas. We separate the wheat from the tares, as it were, that those who want to become employees and those who want to start up businesses. From there, we provide what we call seed fund for the tech and incubation, tech and business incubation period. So they have a period of 2 to 3 months to develop their business idea, technically, and even the business incubation as well. After they go through that phase, we sort of like guide them to early stage investment. So by then their business ideas are validated, they know what they want. We've also proven their business to be worth it to go to market. So we provide what we call early stage investment with our investment friends to come around, listen to them, and want to invest in their business ideas. We have what we also call the networking process. So ideally, anybody who walks through our system doesn't just end here. There are a lot of opportunities that we present to our startups to go outside of the country, in-house, where there are events where they can get to share their ideas and even raise more funds to continue their business process. We recently started the online learning platform. Currently, we are using the regular systems like Skype, like Zoom, to engage with our startups who are not necessarily in Kumasi to develop their business ideas and to help them get access to mentorship and coaching. So we do all these things here at Kumasi Hive just so that our young people can have a way to realize their dreams in starting up businesses. So this is our training space. Since the inception of the Hive, I mean, most of us know Kumasi Hive. Kumasi Hive literally actually started as Creativity Group back in 2010 on campus with a couple of students working together to build solutions for local problems, mainly engineers. And since then, we've moved to this space called Kumasi Hive in Kenton Chrono since 2015. And we have something we call the Hive Tribe or the Hive Tree, which is at the heart of what we do here at Kumasi Hive. So if you could see here, you could see that we have Kumasi Hive in the middle, and we have what we call our reach. So our reach are mainly our community, people we engage with, people who hear from us, people who interact with us from time to time to see exactly what we do here at Kumasi Hive. And as mentioned, Creativity Group was what started the whole process. And we don't forget where we came from. As the tree adage goes, Sankofa, we've gone back to where we were to, as it were, what has brought us to where we are now. So Creativity Group as of now is in almost every campus, every university campus, in every national university campus now, where whatever we're doing before is still being practiced. So giving access to training to students in electrical engineering and mechanical engineering, mainly to develop their dreams and their ideas. We have also what we call the Prac Science Lab as an initiative at Kumasi. Even now we have more initiatives like Kids Makers as well. Nonetheless, this is here because of our belief in empowering young people with STEM. So we have a program solely dedicated for young students in basic schools called Prac Science. And what they are doing is that we produce materials for low-cost laboratories that these students can get to use to improve upon the science that they are learning on campus. So generally, that's what we do. And then we have our partners. So even in this video, you find that GTL is a partner of ours. We have various partners that have helped us achieve our goals and brought us to where we are today in terms of providing service and providing digital skills training to as many people as we can. So our partners are very important to us. And we have residents. So our residents, it has two meanings actually. We have residents, that's for our co-working spaces, people who get here, pay money to use our co-working spaces to work in the house. And we have people who also we house during our training program sometimes, where of which recently was the Bridge the Gap program, where we train a number of ladies, we house them and we give them proper training here at Kumasi Hive. So this is one of the things that we do and we take pride in here at Kumasi Hive. So what we do, as if you're coming down from our office or from a training room, we always say that high five if you're making progress. So in here we have what we call the hardware studio or the tech space mainly. Behind these cubicles you have people working, but the general idea for this space is for startups or trainees who are in the incubation phase, who necessarily are not making money or have not really gotten out to the markets to raise funds for themselves. They get to use this space for free without having to pay anything. They get to use the Wi-Fi, they get access to tutors, they get access to trainers to help them develop their ideas, prototype their ideas, and this is the space that they use for such, as explained. Currently we have Kids Makers working from this place. I've already spoken about Prac Science. So Kids Makers is an initiative by the Hive where we empower young people from ages 6 to 15 with digital skills, mainly some bits of AI, some bits of web development, and photography as well. These children get to learn how to program at a very young age so they can grow with it. So that's the idea behind the Kids Maker program. We have our timeline. I think this is a very lovely thing that anybody who walks into the Hive should see. So as mentioned, Creativity Group, and these are some of the very successful startups that have come out of Creativity Group and Kumasi Hive. So out of Creativity Group came Event Electronics, an electronics company that is into buying and selling of electronics and providing services for entrepreneurs as well. And then Kumasi Hive, right? And with Kumasi Hive, we've incubated a number of people over the years, including the very famous Seti Technologies, who's very well known with his grain-based product. And then we have Dex Technology as well, who produces science sets for kids, which we even use in our Kids Makers training program. And then we have what I call the All-Might Solar Taxi project, which is here to help us with our transportation system with renewable energy. So this is a timeline that we are very proud of as what we do here in Kumasi Hive. And knowing that the focus at Kumasi Hive is solely directed at empowering people, we also believe in the empowering of women. So over the couple of days or months or years ago, we used to train women, but for some time, last 2 years, and now we've been training women in emerging technologies, of which we have a project called the Bridge the Gap program, where we've trained over 90 ladies in emerging technologies. About 15 businesses have come out of this, with others also getting employment. We train them in 3D printing, IoT, and then web development. So in here you find some of the infographics as to what we did during that particular time. Welcome to Menshia. So we have this place as Menshia. This is our event space. Usually we hold conferences, mini conferences here. We also use this space for training programs for most of our beneficiaries as well. So this is what we use for our training programs and our conference as well. So Menshia. Welcome to our design lab, where most of the designing here at Kumasi Hive is done for our hardware and prototyping of stuff. So we have 3 members here who range from people handling creativity group to the design lab expert himself, and then we have someone who is handling nanotechnology here in the design lab. So this is what the design lab looks like here at Kumasi Hive. So, as I mentioned, one of the startups that we have here at Kumasi Hive that has even moved out of Kumasi Hive to other places like Accra and Tamale is the solar taxi business, which started right here from Kumasi Hive. And as you can see, there are ladies busy working on assembling electric bikes, which we use the solar power energy to sort of like charge these vehicles to run for commercial purposes. So as you can see, the ladies are currently right now working towards improving our transportation system and fighting global warming with what we're doing here at Kumasi Hive. Welcome to the Hive Biolab. So we set up this space together with our partners from Cambridge, University of Cambridge, to sort of like come up with ideas and solutions, research and development in biotechnology. And there's a spin-off project called Girls in Biotech, where we're empowering young girls in basic schools and secondary schools to get into technology based on the biology that they're learning in school. So this is what the space is for. It's for training, it's for research and development in biotechnology, bioinformatics, and any other bioinformation that is out there. So that's the whole idea and purpose of this space. We have people coming from Cambridge from time to time to work with us to ensure that this place gives access to young people who are interested in science, who are interested in biology and biotechnology here at Kumasi Hive. So this is what the space is meant for. Welcome to the Hive Maker Space. So this is where the hardware part of what we do at Kumasi Hive is done. So as you can see, 3D printing, we have tools and equipment ranging from 3D printers to laser cutters to, I mean, you name them, hand tools that we use here at Kumasi Hive. So startups get to use to prototype their ideas once they go through our training programs. So we also do digital fabrication here at Kumasi Hive, through which people get to do the software part of their design and then manually print it or work on it or prototype it outside. So there's a team that handles that, which are mainly for the makerspace.
Kumasi Hive. The Entrepreneur Hub, which was established in the year 2015 in the Ashanti regional capital of Ghana, Kumasi, to create equal opportunity for Ghanaian youth by providing them with entrepreneurial and technological skills and education in order to generate local socio-economic impacts within our communities, with the vision of being the best innovation and technology hub in Africa.
Kumasi Hive has been in existence for the past 5 years, since 2015. We've trained over 3,000 people. The numbers could even rise in digital skills and entrepreneurship development. We don't seek to stop that anytime soon. Our forte is in developing ideas and prototyping of such ideas for young people to realize their entrepreneurship dreams. So in the coming months, we hope to work with our partners, of which GTL is included, amongst others. We're going to work with KIC on the Agritech Challenge Kumasi edition. We also intend to host a number of training programs in robotics, artificial intelligence. We are building a community around digital arts, e-gaming as well. So, I mean, in the coming months, these are the few things that you see that we're going to do. You can also watch out for us for the hydroponics project that we're going to work on. We'll be starting that soon enough. So, I mean, over the period that we've been around, these are some of the things that really make us tick. We are into hardcore technology. We don't just believe in talking about technology, we also believe in doing it as well, showing the way, as it were, looking for more partners to do more projects and develop more people. So that's what we are most interested in. With regards to our partnership with GTL, I mean, it's been a fruitful one. We did work with them on the national AI and mobile app development training, where some startups had to go through our system and are still on support at the GTL Ghana Tech Lab as of now. We're going to continue that relationship even on this coming projects that our two organizations are willing to work towards. So we seek or look forward to a better relationship between both parties, see how best we can create success together mainly. There's no news that the partnership with GTL requires us to understand how our ecosystem in Ghana plays out. For us, we think it's a very important step where we get to know exactly what we're dealing with here in Ghana, how the entrepreneurship system works, policies, relevant partners, people in places that needs to make sure that entrepreneurship ecosystem really thrives. So for us, we think this is a very important step that GTL is taking, knowing that this is going to really change a lot with the current system that we have. We think it's absolutely important to know and have that level of engagement with GTL on a particular issue. So we think it's good. We are okay with it, and we are ready to help wherever we can, whatever information that is needed on our part to provide to ensure that this is done and done effectively. We are willing to do so.
So Kumasi Hive has been one of the hubs that have stepped to mentor most of the young hubs that are emanating across the country, because over the years they've been able to develop a model that actually works for donors and also for that is very relevant to the Kumasi community in which they find themselves in. They've actually made great strides over the years. They've been able to work with a couple of good donors, and they've been able to chalk some such successes across board in that particular entrepreneurial ecosystem. Kumasi Hive is on the right path as a community hub, and also like a hub that is maintaining its relevance in its space. Yeah, so I mean, just to find where the other hubs deviate from the norm as Kumasi Hive is doing, is that Kumasi Hive has taken time to actually study and consume the demands of the particular community that they find themselves in. I mean, it's very important that as a hub or as an organization, you are staying relevant to the needs and demands of the people that you're churning out content to, your customers in some sense. So I think what Kumasi Hive has been doing over the years, from the needs assessment that we went through with them, is that they've actually invested into finding out what works in the Kumasi community, and they've leveraged on that to provide like a shared value for the community, the hub, and the donors.